I was really intrigued by what she had to say, and I'm going to play the video right here. You let me know. Give me a yes in the comments to let me know you can hear it. I just want to make sure the audio is going through. I'm going to check for those yeses to make sure I don't have to stop the video. So here it goes.
How small Afrotech was this year compared to last year needs to be discussed. Let me throw out some numbers for y'all. Last year, Afrotech had about 204 booths on the expo floor. This year, they were looking at around 84, 85 of actual companies. On top of that, I noticed there were significantly less attendees. Why is this? Clearly, the anti-DEI climate we're in made it so that companies didn't want to pay for a booth on the expo floor, meaning less opportunities for attendees to talk to people, talk to recruiters, get a job. Also, companies didn't want to sponsor their employees to go to Afrotech. So if you wanted to go this year, odds are you had to incur the financial burden yourself. And these types of shifts and impacts aren't just solo to Afrotech. For example, Google used to have a scholarship fund for people of color to attend conferences throughout the country whenever. If you got the scholarship, they would pay for everything, flight, hotel, the ticket, everything. That application page has not been up all year, creating this weird double-sided effect where the people who need to be attending conferences the most to get those connections, to get that leg up in their career are people of color. However, at the same time, it's now even harder for them to attend. That's why I love giving away conference tickets for free. That's why I love being part of groups that give away conference tickets for free. I'll link some in my bio because I'm fighting back. There's no way. How small after.
Okay. Did you hear that? I'm going to play it again because I want to analyze this. So she's mentioning Afrotech, and she's basically saying that because of the push against DEI, that Afrotech attendance has plummeted. That a lot of the activity that was subsidized by corporations like Google and Meta and others is just gone, right? And because it's gone, they're kind of in this really difficult situation where they're like, what are we going to do now? Like, we can't have Afrotech without the people that pay for Afrotech. They didn't just pay for the booths and the vendor spots. They also paid, I'm sure, for the hotel and everything else that you need, and they paid for people to attend the conference. And so what I'm going to do, and I bet you that there's other Black conferences out there that are going through the same thing. From what I've seen, it reminds me of an E40 song years ago called "The Drought Season." And basically, the drought season is like it's a drought. Like, the resources that used to be there are not there anymore. And this is an economic concept. This is basically something where um, you have these scenarios where you have a shock to your economic system where something bad happens and suddenly the things that were there in abundance have become very, very scarce. Right. And that's why with investing, you have a balanced approach where you have to prepare for things to go wrong. Right. A good investor is always thinking like, what can go wrong? Just like when I did pilot training, the 75% of our training was to prepare for what can go wrong. So literally when the engine fails, you have a whole procedure that you go through because you practice engine failures.